Hello, and thanks for joining me today. You're listening to Alive with Dr. Nimira. Over the last decade, I've been spending my days taking care of mostly women who not only have aches and pains, but who've also spent the last decade or two putting their career and family first. I stand for a world where we can live our passions and purpose all out without the fear of our physical bodies giving out. I've created this podcast, Alive, always living in vibrant energy, as a quick way for you to learn more about your body. This really is a no frills, get the information out there podcast, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. As an upper cervical chiropractor, I regularly take care of many different types of people at varying degrees of health, and over the upcoming episodes, we'll discuss many types of things that can be reduced or eliminated when you can rebalance your health at the level of your brainstem. So Infertility Awareness Week is April 18th through 24th, which is coming up next week. So I wanted to share with you some important information, as well as my take on how we can take proactive steps to naturally get pregnant. Infertility is the inability to get pregnant even after having frequent and unprotected sex for over a year. Infertility can affect both men and women, and it's usually self-diagnosed just by the inability to get pregnant. So according to UCLA Health last year, an estimated 15% of couples will have trouble conceiving. When we look at infertility, the statistics show us that it happens 30% of the time due to an issue with the woman, 30% of the time due to the issue with the man, 30% of the time due to both of them having health issues, and 10% of the time it's completely an unknown reason. And so what if we could take one of the biggest things that I see and relate it back to how we live and make babies? So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Our bodies were designed to make babies. That's our natural state of being, right? But when we go into survival mode and we're stressed out, it throws our whole system for a loop, and it's no longer the normal at that point. So all of our systems will relate back to the nervous system and where they are at on a scale of adaptability. So it really doesn't matter which system you look at. The brain and the nervous system send all of our messaging to all of our systems. And the easiest way to see adaptability and our ability to function normally is within the endocrine system. So let's backtrack and talk about the scale of adaptability really quick. The brain and nervous system control everything in the body and is responsible for keeping us adaptable. Basically, you want to think about it as a line graph, with highly adaptable on one end, where your body's working exactly as it should be and you have no problems whatsoever. And then on the other end, your body is stuck. It's stuck in its fight or flight response, and it's just barely trying to keep you functioning. That's your survival mode. And when this is happening, you're no longer adaptable. You're just trying to survive. All of your systems are just barely functioning. Everything that happens in the middle of the scale from one end to the other goes from just barely functioning to working almost perfectly. So you kind of have your levels of function, right? And the easiest way we see this is infertility. So women's bodies were designed to make babies. When we're working the way we are designed, we get pregnant easily, we have a simple and uncomplicated pregnancy, and we have an easy labor and delivery. When we're stuck and struggling in our fight or flight response, our bodies are not thinking about making a baby. Many women who are struggling to get pregnant are so stressed out they're preventing their bodies to do what they were designed to do. And they can't get pregnant because they are literally stuck in their fight or flight response. So if you travel further up the scale of adaptability, you might have had a hard time getting pregnant and then miscarried. And so your body really tried hard to do what it was supposed to do, but at the end, it chose you over the baby when it came to survival. And further along the scale are the women who had trouble getting pregnant and then struggled through their pregnancy as well. They were more adaptable than the others, but just not as adaptable as those whose bodies are working properly. And we continue this along the scale until you get back to the highly adaptable women. So if we can help both women and men come out of their fight or flight response and stop living in survival mode, which so many people are, especially nowadays during a pandemic, there's a huge chance for many of the unknown cases to start getting pregnant naturally. So for example, I had one woman a few years back who actually works in the health field tell me that she and her husband had been trying for almost a year. They were both really stressed out with their jobs and taking care of other people, and they really wanted to get pregnant, and they were more stressed out that they hadn't gotten pregnant yet. And they were so focused on the timing and everything like that, they'd completely forgotten to enjoy the process. So I started looking over her body, and I could see that, her posture was off and her nervous system scans were completely stuck in their fight or flight response. And she told me that her stress was causing her hair to fall out, her skin was feeling horrible, and she had all these other symptoms, stress related as well. And within 4 months of care, she started to feel all the tension leave her body. She felt like life had become more manageable and that she was happy and felt calm and centered. And she wasn't focused on getting a baby. She was focused on just being healthy and enjoying time with her husband. And the greatest thing was when she walked into the office one day and told me that she was pregnant. So while it's obviously going to be a little bit harder with more serious cases that need extra attention, what if we could just help your body be in a position to do what it was designed to do naturally? And that could be the solution that someone's been looking for. So that's all I have for today. If you know someone who's been struggling to get pregnant, who is looking for a solution that may not be an extreme at this moment and just wants to see if they can help get their bodies in the best shape possible, that you can share this information with them. I hope that you learned something new and that you have some useful information to improve your health or the health of someone else. Don't take life too seriously. Stress makes everything worse, including having a time getting pregnant. So enjoy this week as best as you can, and I'll catch you in 2 weeks. In the meantime, purposefully live all out and reach out for help if you need it. I'm here for you.